Hello, this is Mr. Stansbury. I'm going to take you through some of the problems on the 12D assignment. Okay, so the first one we're going to take a look at here is number 1. Simone recorded the lengths of her phone calls for 1 week. The results are shown in the table alongside. How many phone calls did she make during the week, and estimate the mean length of the calls. So for part A, to find how many phone calls she made during the week, we simply need to add up all of the frequency here, right? 17 plus 10 is 27, plus 9 is 36, plus 4 is 40. So she made 40 calls during the week. Okay, and then estimate the mean length of the calls. Now, there's 17 calls that were between 0 and 10 minutes. We don't know exactly what each one of those calls were, so we just estimate. We're basically going to go find right in the middle of this range here from 0 to 10. So to find right the middle, we do 0 plus 10 divided by 2, and that gives us that we're going to assume that all of these are 5-minute calls. So if we take 5-minute call times 17, that's going to give us 85 minutes worth of phone calls for these 17 calls on average, or our estimate. Halfway between 10 and 20 is 15. 15 times 10 is 150. Halfway between 20 and 30 is 25. Times 9, it gives us, what, 225? Yep. And then halfway between 30 and 40 is 35. 35 times 4 is going to be, what, 140? Yeah. Okay. So to find the mean length of the calls, we're going to want to add all of these up here and take that divided by 40. Okay. So if we add those up, oops. Let's get that right. That adds a 1 here. 14, 15, 16. That's a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 600 minutes. So if we take 600 and divide it by 40, that's really 60 divided into 4 equal pieces, which is 15 minutes would be our estimate as to how long the average call was. The mean, the length of the call. Okay? Okay, next one to take a look at is number 5. Data below shows the runs scored by Jeff over an entire cricket season. Organize the data into groups 0 to 9, 10 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, and then use your group data to estimate. Okay, so let's do that. 0 to 9, 10 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 39. Right. Okay, so these are the runs, and then this is going to be the frequency. Okay, so you can do tally marks with each one, or just go through and count how many are between 0 and 9. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is in that. So now all the 10 to 19s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 20 to 29, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those as well. And then in the 30s, we just have 1, 2. Okay, so check, organize all that. Use your group data to estimate the mean number of runs scored. So from 0 to 9, so we would do 0 plus 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. So we're going to take 11 times 4.5, and then halfway between 10 and 19, we add those together. That's going to give us, find the average is 14.5. Halfway between 20 and 29 is 24.5, and halfway between 30 and 39 is 34.5. Okay, so we can simply go through and multiply these out, add them all up, divide by the total, or we can also put it in our calculator. So since we did the first one by hand, let's maybe try this one in the calculator just so that you can see what's going on here, that we can do it both ways. So we'd want to go, using our graphing calculator, we want to go into stat, and we're going to edit. We've got some stuff in our list here, so I'm going to highlight the list, push clear, and then highlight the list, push clear. And so this officially right here is the frequency. So I'm going to put this here is going to be my list 1, because that's all the data, right? That's all the like the runs scored. So, oops, wrong calculator, sorry. So we're going to put 4.5, 14.5, 24.5, and 34.5 in the first ones. And the second one, we'll put 11, 8, 8, and 2. Oops, I missed the second one on that one. 8, 8, and 2. And then we can go into stat, and we can go over to calculate. It's one variable statistics. So our list of data is in list 1, and then our frequency list is in list 2. So that's specific, that's part of the reason why I wanted to put all of this here in list 1 and this here in list 2, because that's where it normally goes. It just makes it a little bit easier for us to make sure we get this all figured out. So enter, 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 and we can do calculate, and it's going to give us, let's see, the estimate of the mean run scored. So that's going to be 14.84 runs. Okay. Use the raw data to find the exact mean number of runs scored and how accurate was your estimate in B. So in order to do that, we'll just have to go back and put all of these pieces of data in the calculator and figure out what the exact mean was. So to do that, move that down so we can get everything. So we'll go back into stat, and we're going to edit. And I don't officially need to get rid of the list 2, but it's handy just to make sure, just to make sure I don't mess stuff up. Go over here to list 1 and hit clear. And then we're simply going to enter all these pieces of data into list 1. That's probably about the fastest way to do this, which this is not going to be terribly fast, but we'll make it work. Okay, so I put all the data in there. Apparently there are, let's see, that's 29 pieces of data. Let's double check to make sure that that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 3 is what, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. That's good, because I'm trying to, this here would be the 30th piece of data, so that means that's the 29th piece of data. So hoping that I've got those all entered in correctly. Oh yeah, so to find the exact mean, we simply go back into stat, and we're going to go over to calculate, one variable stats. All right, the list of data is in list 1. Our frequency is in list 2. Oh, actually we don't have a frequency, so let's delete that one. That should get rid of that. And then we do calculate, and anxiously anticipating this thing not stalling out anymore. There we go, 14.89, so we get about, it's a little bit different, 14.84, 14.89. I must have put a number in wrong, because I'm looking in the back of the book and it says 14.8, so 14.84 would round to 14.8, but 14.89 wouldn't. So I just mistyped a piece of data, but we should be good to go on that. All right, let's look at one more, which, oh, it was there. There we go, 7. This frequency histogram illustrates the results of an aptitude test given to a group of people seeking positions in a company. How many people took the test? So that's the frequency. So let's see, that would be, there's 5 people here, 10 people here, 25, 40. I'm simply just looking at the numbers that are over here. Right, this is 10. That's 15, and these are both 10. So the total number of people would be all these numbers added up. So what's that? 15, 25, 35, 40, 80, 90, 100, and 10, and 25. So I'm going with 125. Okay. Estimate the mean score for the test. So this one would definitely be one this is one I'd rather do on the calculator. Did the first one on the graphing calculator, so let's do one on the scientific calculator as well. So we'll go into data, and we want to get rid of that data, so we're going to go through down here to clear all and push enter, and all the data is gone. So the score is going to be what we're going to want to put into list 1. So we want to go halfway between 80 and 90, which hopefully it would make sense that that's 85, 95, 105, 115, 125, 135, 145, and 155. Okay, so we'll enter all those in there. Okay, so I've entered all that data in there, and then now I'm simply going to enter all these pieces of data into the list 2. Okay? Okay, so I've entered all that data in there, so I want to do second, and then data, which gives us our statistics. We want one variable, stats. Our data is indeed in list 1, but now our frequency is list 2, so we want to highlight that, and then calculate. And then our mean here is 119. Okay, so 119 would be our estimate, since we're just going right in the middle of each of those ranges there. What fraction of the people scored less than 100 for the test? So that would be all of these people here. So that would be, for part C, that's going to be 15 out of the 125. So, I mean, I suppose we could just leave it like that, or we could simplify it. So we do second quit, and that gets us out of there. We can even do, there's our fraction button, and then we do 15. Oh, missed the 1 apparently. 1, 5. Oh, I'm struggling. Come on, there we go. Delete that one. Now we got 15. And then we got 125 in the bottom. We push enter, and it should simplify our fraction to 3 over 25. Probably could have done that a lot faster without, but that's fine. So it did ask for fractions, so let's leave it like that. And now it says what percentage of the people scored at least 130 for the test. So that would be all of those, 15, 25, 35. So part D is going to be 35 over 125. And 35 divided by 125 would probably give us a fraction anyway. Nope, 0.28. So that is 28% would be the percentage of people that scored at least 130. Okay? All right, that's all we have for the 12D problems. If you have any further questions, please feel free to ask in class. Thanks.